nothing special about me. I think generally a person seeing me for the first time would class me as an average sort of person, not outstanding in any respect. I do. I have an audience.
Hello to you.
Okay. Aren't I lucky? I never had anything like that in my career that we're trotting through. Well, I did my jackarooing on my father's property, miles from anywhere, totally dependent on yourself, and that sort of thing. It's a very different situation being brought up on particularly on a big property like my father had. See, altogether there'd be at least 70,000 acres there, and so you're away from all contact with anybody else a lot of your time. And I had about 3 years before I joined the Lands Department. Very different to anything I'd done in my life up to that stage. And it was a novelty in an area which appealed to me, which was in the bush. I was brought up in the bush, and I never liked the town, so it was a bush job. The bush was a sort of a free life. You're a great deal on your single own in the bush. You know, you're the one man on the one horse in the one area very often. And that's a very different experience to the city life. And I was in the Lands Department as a trainee, a field officer, until I joined the Army. I was there about 18 months. And then when I came out of the Army, I joined the Commonwealth Service as a valuer, country valuer, not city valuer. And that was that. The primary achievement really was I rose to the top of my department. The top of my department was the in charge in Canberra of the whole show all over Australia, as I was for quite some years. And then after that, chairman of the Commonwealth Valuation Boards. I've always been interested in books, but why I ended up writing my own book like that, I don't know what motivated me at all, except that I just did it, you know. It was about the Weeks royalty, which was a royalty granted to Lewis Weeks, an American geologist, to BHP, our leading company here in Australia, in this area, to advise them where to look for oil, which he did very successfully, taking them out into Bass Strait. Nobody had ever given that a thought until he came along.
Tell me a bit about Jack, your son.
What do I like best about him? Oh, that's a searching question. Well, I think I like his mind the best. He's got a good mind, and mind you, when I say he's got a good mind, I don't mean he thinks like I do. For instance, he's a strong Labor bloke. I'm a strong Liberal. There's a vast difference in our political point of view. I think you've got to keep an open mind at all ages. And of course it's really wonderful if you can strive for and achieve a good relationship with a woman. I think that's a very big thing in a man's life. and it's not easy. I've always had a girlfriend. I still have. Even at 102. Yes.